What's up guys, it's Toby here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And the Express English newspaper are reporting that Liverpool want to sign Toby Alderweireld from Tottenham. And why is this possible? Why would Tottenham sell to a Premier League rival? Because Toby Alderweireld is in a contract standoff with Tottenham, so he's refusing to sign a contract extension, and he only has 2 years left on his contract, which means that next summer Tottenham will lose a lot of money on Toby Alderweireld if they don't sell him right now. 2 years from now they could lose him for absolutely nothing, and he's one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. And reportedly, according to this newspaper, Jurgen Klopp wants a centre-back partner for Virgil van Dijk, and we saw what an incredible, crazy good impact Virgil van Dijk had on Liverpool's defense. We actually went to the Champions League final with Virgil van Dijk, and also our defense has been one of the best defenses in the Premier League since Virgil van Dijk joined. Actually, Liverpool have the joint most clean sheets since January the 1st, when Virgil van Dijk became officially a Liverpool player. So what do you think about this transfer news? Would you be happy if Liverpool signed for Toby Alderweireld? He won't be cheap. He would command a 60 to maybe 70 million pound transfer fee, because Tottenham is saying if Virgil van Dijk is worth 75 million, then they will only sell Toby Alderweireld for something around that price. So let me know in the comments below, and in this video we will take a look in depth at what Toby Alderweireld could bring to Liverpool, and I will also update you on Mignolet's situation. So if you enjoy these types of transfer news videos, leave a like and subscribe with post notifications, turn on the bell icon so you get notified when a new video gets live. Liverpool are, I think, a team on the rise, and Toby Alderweireld sees Liverpool as an opportunity to go to a club who has a higher chance of winning trophies in the next 5 years, I think, because Liverpool have a much higher wage bill, and this is also another thing to take into consideration. Toby Alderweireld, who is getting lower than 100k a week at Tottenham. He saw Kyle Walker go to Man City and earn triple the amount of money that he used to earn at Tottenham, and Toby Alderweireld is definitely, you know, a player who would consider moving to either Liverpool or Manchester United, who are also linked with Toby Alderweireld because of also the salary. With a better defense, Liverpool could rival Manchester City for the Premier League title. On the other hand, I'm not sure if Tottenham can do that, because Tottenham, you know, they finished third in the Premier League last season, but they went out early in the Champions League. Alderweireld might join Liverpool because of the higher salary and because of working with Jurgen Klopp, who of course is a manager who players love to work with. So let's take a look at Toby Alderweireld's career. So he's 29 years old, so he's a very experienced centre-back, and he still has a good 3-4 years at the peak of his career. He is Belgian, he is playing at the World Cup, he's 186 centimeters tall, that's 6 foot 1 inches tall. So Alderweireld moved to Ajax's youth academy in 2004, signed his first professional contract in 2007. He was promoted to the first team, the Ajax first team, in 2008-2009. So he played 5 seasons at Ajax, and especially the last 4 seasons he was an ever-present regular, and he always chipped in with 3 to 4 or even sometimes 5 goals, but that's not what he was worth knowing him for, but because he was one of the best young centre-back talents coming out of the Eredivisie. So Atletico Madrid signed him in 2013-14, where he only played 22 games, so he couldn't really break through in the Atletico Madrid team. He couldn't nail down the place, so that's why he went on loan to Southampton in 2014, where he played 28 games, and that's where Tottenham signed him. And I will be honest, when he was playing for Southampton, I wanted Liverpool to sign him as well, because he was a really good centre-back, and it would have been a cheap option for Liverpool to sign him, but at that time we signed the different players. So he joined the Tottenham on a 5-year contract, and that 5-year contract will run out in 2020. So the transfer fee was 11 million pounds. So either way, if Tottenham sell him to either Liverpool or Manchester United, they will make a huge profit on Toby Alderweireld. And I think before his big injury, the season that just finished, he was one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League. He played 55 games in his first season at Tottenham, 39 games in his second season, and he only played 21 games last season because he had a quite serious injury. And he also played 78, yes, you heard it right, 78 times for the Belgian national team, which is a really big number. And as I said, because he only has 2 years remaining on his contract, Tottenham have to do something with him, because if he doesn't sell right now for 60 or 70 million pounds, if they keep him, he will have a release clause which will become active next summer, which is only 35 million pounds. So if he has 1 year left on his contract, he could be snapped up for 35 million pounds. So Tottenham would already lose out on 30, maybe even more money than 30 million pounds on him. And if they don't sell Alderweireld, then they will lose him for absolutely nothing. So that is the thing that Tottenham really don't and cannot afford to pass up on such a big money, especially now because of their finances need to be in order, because they are paying off the stadium, the new stadium that they are building. Another different news is that Mignolet reveals plans for Liverpool talks ahead of a likely exit from Liverpool. So Mignolet is 30 years old, and he said, and I quote, "I'm going to look at my situation when I come back from the World Cup. At this moment, I've not been speaking to anyone at Liverpool because I've been trying to focus on Belgium." He hasn't played a game at the World Cup yet. John Achterberg sends me a text before every game to see how I am and if I am fit, so I keep in touch with him. But I didn't play in the last few months at Liverpool, so after the World Cup, I will look at everything. I can't say much more. I don't know how long I will have off after the tournament. I need to speak to Jurgen Klopp about that. Mignolet hasn't played a full 90 minutes in a competitive match since January the 27th, and I feel for him, because at 30 years old you don't want to be sitting on the bench, especially if you are a goalkeeper. You are just too young to be sitting on the bench. So in my opinion, Mignolet is not good enough to be Liverpool's first choice goalkeeper, and he is too good to be sitting on the bench all the time. And also his wages need to be off the wage bill, because we shouldn't have a player like Mignolet on the bench. I think we should sign either Oblak or Alisson or Courtois or even Silesen of Barcelona, and make Karius the second choice. We should sell Mignolet and loan out Danny Ward to another Premier League club just to give him playing time. So Mignolet, in my opinion, should be sold. And another player that is likely to leave Liverpool is Danny Ings. Sky Sports are reporting that Danny Ings will leave Liverpool in search of a first team football. Danny Ings rejected transfer moves in the last three transfer windows, but he has been linked with several Premier League clubs, including Tottenham, former club Burnley, as well as RB Leipzig and Bayer Leverkusen in Germany, and Inter Milan in Italy. And Danny Ings, I really love him. He's a great character. He did so well coming back from a really devastating 1 year injury, but he is again a player that is just not good enough to play regularly for Liverpool, because Liverpool are building a team who want to challenge for the Premier League title, for the Champions League, and Danny Ings just doesn't have the goal scoring numbers to justify him being at Liverpool, in my opinion. And I think he would be more suited to play at maybe RB Leipzig or Leverkusen or even Burnley. I don't think he would get a game at Tottenham behind Harry Kane. I don't think he would get regular play time, so I don't think he would go to Tottenham, because it would be just the same situation at Tottenham like it is at Liverpool, that he won't play enough games. And what I'm really looking forward to is Liverpool's pre-season tour and watching how Loris Karius recovers from that Champions League nightmare that he had. I really hope that Loris Karius will start and he can come back refreshed and just to clear his mind, forget about the Champions League final and start performing for Liverpool. Because if Jurgen Klopp doesn't sign a new goalkeeper, then we need to fully support Loris Karius and hope that he will have a similar run that he had up until the Champions League final, where he didn't make a mistake for something like 32 games in a row, and that's what we want from Karius, not the Champions League final performance. But he was concussed, so let's maybe give him the benefit of the doubt for Loris Karius, and let's hope that he can come back to Liverpool in pre-season and perform like a Liverpool #1 goalkeeper should perform. What I'm also looking forward to is seeing Joe Gomez at centre-back. Joe Gomez recovered from his injury, and it's so unlucky because Joe Gomez would have been in the England squad if not for the injury. So Joe Gomez will play some games in the 2018-2019 season as a centre-back. James Pearce of the Liverpool Echo confirmed this, and we will have Joel Matip coming back from his injury as well. So with Lovren being at the World Cup, we will have Van Dijk, Matip, Joe Gomez and Ragnar Klavan, who is entering his last year of his contract, vying for that 2 centre-back spots. So I'm really hoping that that Joe Gomez can get some playing time at centre-back, and I think in long term he can become a great centre-back in my opinion at Liverpool. What I'm also really looking forward to is seeing Naby Keita and Fabinho, 2 of Liverpool's new transfers, bossing the midfield in almost every game in pre-season, and them integrated into the Liverpool play style, into Jurgen Klopp's system, will be fascinating to watch, both tactically and also how they get on with their teammates, because I think Liverpool also are building a really good team spirit, not just on the pitch but off the pitch as well. So I'm really looking forward to as well. And I'm also looking forward to watching Ben Woodburn and Harry Wilson, 2 young players with so much ability, so much talent, and I think that they both should get more playing time. But of course Jurgen Klopp is the true judger of that situation, and maybe they haven't developed at the rate that Jurgen Klopp thinks that is enough for them to be playing at Liverpool in the first team regularly. But I think they could be good options coming from the bench. Ben Woodburn of course scored that famous goal against Tottenham in the League Cup, I believe, and he also came on in his first international match for Wales, and he actually scored as a substitute the game winner. I'm not sure against which team, but Ben Woodburn and Harry Wilson, who has done really well at Hull City. But Harry Wilson was on loan at Hull City and he had an outstanding season. The Hull City fans said that he was one of their best, if not their best player in the championship last season. So Harry Wilson should be an option from the bench in my opinion. And I'm also looking forward to Divock Origi. I think he would be a much better backup than Ings. I would also keep Dominic Solanke maybe for 1 more year, or if it is possible, loan out Dominic Solanke to somebody like Bournemouth or Brighton, a team that plays a little bit similar to Liverpool, who doesn't just hoof the ball forward like somebody like Cardiff City, for example. So let's hope that Dominic Solanke can develop. But in the meantime, I want a backup striker who can score 5 to 10 goals, and Divock Origi is exactly that kind of player. So yeah, let me know guys, what are you looking forward to in Liverpool's pre-season tournament? And the World Cup continues today, so really looking forward to watching the matches as well. Have a nice day guys, see you later, goodbye.